What's up, guys? Cryptomindd here. So let's take a look at where Bitcoin is right now. Are we bearish? Are we bullish? What will happen and what's our next outlook for the next coming weeks and months? So my perspective overall remains the same. I do think the bottom is in. I do think that I don't think that we will make a new bottom. And I do think that for the next coming 8 months, it's a perfect moment to keep on accumulating projects that you like. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Cardano, could be whatever. ApeCoin, it could be whatever. So take advantage of the next coming months because it will be your last chance to then buy in before everything starts to fly. Now, how is Bitcoin looking like? Let's just analyze it. So we have our resistance zone right here. Guys, as long as we do not break above this zone here, we ain't going nowhere for Bitcoin. It ain't going higher. It's just forming kind of a double top right here. And lower momentum could be expected. Then, of course, we have our weekly structural level around, we could argue around here. To round off, let's say it's 28K, 28.2K. Around that level, we have our structural level on the weekly. Guys, as long as we do not break under this level here, the overall trend remains bullish for Bitcoin. Now, of course, if we do break under this zone right here, retest it, because a retest always confirms a rejection eventually. And if we reject this level here, then we could look potentially for more short opportunities. As if for now, I do not see any reasons unless you shorted this zone right here, which I did as well in the private community. But if you are not in the short right now, I would patiently wait until we break under this level right here. If we would break under this level and retest it with an invalidation or a rejection, lower momentum is upon us, most likely towards 25K. Now, as for now, we are just in the uptrend. We are still in an uptrend. We still have the chance here of making a higher low, but this level is very crucial. If we break under this level, more downside. As long as we stay above, we could anticipate a more upside momentum and a retest of around 31K, 32K. But again, guys, as long as we do not break above this level, we ain't going nowhere. Now, is 25K my lowest target? Not really. My lowest target to be retested is around this level. I do expect 21K to be retested in the next coming weeks or as we enter the winter. But that's a little bit of my outlook as for now for Bitcoin. I'd suggest definitely once we start to invalidate under this level, I suggest you to start looking into where you could scale into Bitcoin again. Because if you miss this opportunity, the next coming leg down, if we break under this level, is a very good opportunity for you to buy in. Again, everything under 30K is kind of amazing to buy in. Ideally under 25K, and for the geniuses amongst us, this was a perfect momentum to buy in my opinion. But that's a little bit of the outlook, guys. Overall, it still looks the same as well if we look on the daily. We're making like this downward type of channelish thing. I think this is the tool. Yeah, we have like this, and if we copy it, paste it, we could argue that Bitcoin is doing something similar as for now. So we could see lower momentum still incoming, hold support, as we have this nice trend line right here as well. We could still hold support here, see higher momentum incoming if we mimic this move. But as soon as we invalidate this level, more downside is definitely incoming. Now let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum, guys, still looking the same. And as for now, it just follows what Bitcoin does. So again, as long as we stay above this level or do not invalidate this level, we will not see lower incoming. This is a key level to break under if we want Ethereum to go lower. As long as we can hold support here, still upside momentum possible. And I'd be slightly turning a little bit more bullish on Ethereum if we would break above $1,880. If we do break above this zone right here, we could anticipate on higher momentum. Same with Bitcoin if it would. Break back above the key level that I stated, or stays above the key level that I stated, which is here. So all these things are more than possible, guys. But as for now, my general outlook on the market is not bullish, not bearish. It's pretty neutral. And I'm just waiting for opportunities to present itself for us to accumulate. Again, I do not think that we'll see a new bottom, either for Ethereum. I do think the bottom is in, and that the next coming months is just perfect to accumulate. Now, further on the weekly for Ethereum, once we would invalidate under this level here as well, the 1830, 1820 level, as soon as we invalidate under this level, it's very likely that we'll fall towards the 1700s again, which is a very important level as well, as we find a trendline support here also. Once we break under this, we'll likely retest around these levels. These are very interesting levels for me, between 1400 and 1200 for me to buy in Ethereum. Very interesting levels where I'll definitely pay attention to. Then let's go to Litecoin, as we had the Litecoin halving a little while ago, not a little while ago, like yesterday or something, or 2 days ago. And guys, Litecoin is looking bearish. We entered a short with my private community here on this retest of this zone. I thought this would go a little bit higher. It didn't, and it just melted down a lot more, which is amazing. So far, what is this, like from this to here, 12%, 10% drop, which is always a good 18% drop, even better. Always an amazing trade. So guys, I do think as well that Litecoin will see lower momentum incoming, at least towards this level right here. This level or this level even as well, but this level is a very interesting level, as this is a structural level. If we would hold support above this level, that would mark the bottom for Litecoin, and then eventually over time we'll see higher momentum back incoming. But as for now, guys, the market looks a little bit 50-50. I will not really suggest you to try to short right now, wait for certain key levels to be broken, and then things will be fine. Another thing that I would like to share with you guys is the total, the market cap. So for people who didn't see my post, I placed it in my public group as well. Let me go back to the public group, which is here. So basically, guys, if you compare this with this, it's kind of the same. So remind this picture here, and we could say or argue that we are now in the depression phase. So if we mimic this with this, we could see that the bottom has been formed around here in between anger and depression, and I think that's where we are right now. This should actually be a little bit more here, and this could be a little bit more here. This is very alike from each other, guys, and a lot of people right now are in a kind of a depressive state. When I look on Twitter, there's a lot of selling going on. A lot of people are dumping their projects or their tokens that they have at a possible all-time low, which is not always the best thing to do. A lot of people give up because the market is going down, but guys, that's just the market right now. Everything is going down. If Bitcoin decides to take the shit, everything will take a shit. If the Bitcoin decides to go up, everything will start to go up again as well. As for now, don't see it as pressure to sell or to take your loss and then buy back later, because eventually you'll likely miss that opportunity then as well, and then you'll be buying back higher. So if you're now already in that certain loss, or you invested a little bit too early, don't worry. Over time, things will be fine, most likely again. It's almost assured. Well, nothing is assured eventually, but it seems that everything will be fine. And from that point on, just accumulate more. That's like my biggest tip I could give you, is to accumulate more right now, because again guys, selling at this point doesn't make any sense, because this is the goal of the depression phase. The depression phase is all made to make you feel depressed, literally what the word says. It's here to make you feel depressed, for you to sell your cryptos, for you to sell through to the whales or to smart investors that see low prices as opportunities. So take that in consideration. Remind this little picture right here, remind this right here, and you'll be just fine. Again, guys, the next coming 8 months is filled with opportunities. Make sure to take them. See you in the next video.